The initial meeting between Luke and Emperor Palpatine in Return of the Jedi was one of showmanship, with the Dark Lord attempting to break Luke down and turn him to the dark side, and the Jedi attempting to defiantly rebuke Palpatine's attempts. The tension within the scene is palpable within the film, but the Episode 6 novelization expands upon the true feelings of both characters remarkably. Luke's path towards embracing his own internal darkness is certainly captured in the novel as effectively as it's shown within the film. But the novelization also reveals a truth that's exposed by Darth Sidious himself, one that was felt and recognized by both Luke and his apprentice Darth Vader. This was the truth that despite all of his power and training, Sidious feared Luke Skywalker as he stood before him. The Episode 6 novel shows that immediately, Sidious confused Luke by removing his binders as they stood face to face. This unexpected freedom caused Luke to consider a number of possibilities, including simply rejecting the Emperor's attempts to turn him or strike out with the dark side at the unarmed Sith. The double-edged nature of this choice froze Luke into a state of inaction and self-doubt. Even worse, through an exchange, unfortunately not in the film, Sidious would then extract valuable information from Luke's thoughts regarding his training over the previous 4 years. Although Luke tried to hide and reveal nothing, Sidious was able to discover it was Yoda who completed Luke's training, and more, the Jedi Grandmaster was now dead. As Sidious taunted the Jedi, telling him that all of his deepest thoughts were clear to him, Luke began to crumble, his initial confidence and defiance wavering through the Emperor's power, long before he even revealed the trap set for the rebellion. All of this entertained Sidious immensely, outwardly expressing his joy as he broke Luke down. But despite Sidious's physical appearance, Luke was emboldened by a hidden thought that existed within the Emperor. Although Sidious attempted to hide it, it was entirely visible for Luke. For the first time, the Jedi could sense the fear in the Emperor. And more, it was a fear of Luke himself. And it wasn't a mystery why Sidious had this fear. Luke knew the fear was a result of Sidious knowing his power, and the ability of the Jedi to turn this power against him. Interestingly, as Luke and Sidious were conversing with each other, Vader was watching both of them intently. Like his master, Vader also sensed the power within Luke, recognizing the boy was stronger than he'd imagined. And even better, Luke was still completely pliable, not yet lost to the light and the ways of the Jedi or to the ways of Sidious. As Vader was attuned to Luke's true power, he too immediately recognized the Emperor didn't merely fear Luke, but he was terrified of him. And this fear demonstrated by his master pleased Vader, causing a smile to stretch across his face. But Vader's joy was simply a result of his thinking that Luke would eventually become an ally, where he would be turned away from the rebellion and Sidious to join him. However, as the lightsaber duel erupted between Vader and Luke, and as he began to seriously accept the reality that Luke might best even him in that moment, the Jedi's speed and strength increasing exponentially since their last duel, Vader also began to fear Luke and his power. It was this fear and its mutation into a desire for revenge that would drive Vader in the remainder of his duel with his son. It's a great reveal in the Episode 6 novel, demonstrating how Luke impacted the events within the second Death Star's throne room through his power and potential alone, causing even the seemingly unflappable Sith to fear him. While it was Luke's power that caused Sidious's fear, I believe the catalyst was also Sidious's recognition of just how much he was unable to detect the Jedi plot to position Luke as their new hope. Sidious had always believed that in hiding, Jedi survivors like Obi-Wan and Yoda simply accepted their defeat and humiliation, humbling themselves before the mastery of the Sith. And yet, for over 2 decades, the son of Anakin Skywalker had survived, been protected to avoid detection, and as Sidious finally learned on the second Death Star, trained personally by the Jedi Order's most powerful Jedi, even Yoda himself. Combining Luke's natural abilities with the Force, and the fact that he was trained by Obi-Wan and Yoda, it's no wonder why Sidious feared Luke, and why this fear was strong enough to be felt by both Luke and Vader. So there we have it, how and why Sidious feared Luke in Episode 6. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions. Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. Or perhaps follow us on Twitter at SW Reading Club for updates regarding the channel. Or support the channel through Patreon for access to exclusive rewards and discussions. If not for me, for a good poker face.